Hello viewers, welcome again. Here we are at the end of the application process for study in Sweden for the autumn semester. Most of you have already applied and some not, but I guess you still have some time, like few days to apply. So I got a lot of questions about application process and especially for the scholarship opportunities that is provided by the SI. So I'm making this video just to refresh our knowledge on the topic. So let me start from the beginning. The first thing is many people still has question about how to apply. I'm not gonna discuss it in this short video. Instead, I will give you the link to some of my videos where you will get the information to apply. So that is the creation of an account to the universityadmissions.se that you can already see that the page is open here. So by the end of this video, I will post all the link in the description so that you can find them easily. So when you create an account to the university admissions, you will be able to apply to the programs that can be masters or bachelors. Most of my videos I have discussed about the master's application, but some of you have already shown interest in the bachelor as well. But as I mentioned, it's the same process, same procedure. The only thing is that for the bachelor application, you can upload your documents here. You don't need to send them by post because the students from Bangladesh who are going to apply for the masters, they need to send the university documents specifically because for the bachelor admission, upper secondary certificate can be uploaded. So yeah, that's the only difference I can see. And another thing is that you can apply for more program than masters. That is 4 programs only. But for bachelor, I think you can apply up to 8 programs in a single application. So another question was many people asking, do I need to pay for every single programs? No, you don't. You are making only one application. But as a part of the application, there are some programs. But since this is a single application covering different programs, you pay only once, that is 900 Swedish krona. About the deadlines and so on, let me go to the key dates. As you can see on the right, important links. If you click on key dates, at left we have autumn 2016 masters, for example. You have bachelor as well. As we can see here, you can 16 October the application was open, 15 January is the last time to apply, you know, and 1st February you have to pay the application fee and you have to send all the required documents. So the most important thing is that you need to apply before 15 January. But when you have applied, you have 15 more days to prepare your documents and send them and so on. So you can check the key dates here. And also for the bachelors, it's kind of same in the 15 January, 1st January, only the 1st February, only the result publication is a bit different, I think. Let me see. But since this is autumn semester and programs will be started in the same university at the same time, the dates will be same, I guess. But I don't think most of many people from Bangladesh or some other countries applying for a bachelor, especially for the non-European countries, because you have to pay tuition fees and bachelor is quite expensive in the sense that it's for a 3-year programs. But masters can be 1 or 2 years. So that's the another difference, because when you apply for masters, we hope to get SI scholarship, but for bachelor there is no any SI scholarship. So when you are applying for bachelor, you have to be prepared to pay everything by your own. Okay, one more important question that I get all the time, still now, even today, is that about the IELTS or English language test or something. But most of the people asking that I have IELTS 6, what shall I do, blah blah blah. But as the requirement for master study in Sweden, if we go there, English language requirement is that internationally recognized English test. We can see that we need IELTS band score 6.5. That is in most of the university website. When you look at the application, you will find that they will have English B or 6. So many doesn't understand what it is, but it's clearly mentioned here that English 6 is an overall mark 6.5 and no section below 5.5. So this is the basic requirement. And you can of course upload this result, and then one other question people ask is that if I don't have IELTS, how can I? Yeah, of course you have another opportunity. If you click left, previous university studies, I have shown you before, so I'm not getting into deep. This is the last point, is students with a formal university transcript or degree certificate for their bachelor degree where it is clearly stated that the language of instruction for the program was English. So this is the one you need to consider. Most of the students, maybe they're studying in English, but they don't have IELTS or TOEFL or whatever. In that case, you can provide this one. And many have asked that, well, I have this blah blah blah, but it's not stated in the transcript or degree certificate, but it's a separate papers provided by the university. So I won't go for that one, because when I try to help people with this information, I always depend on the website and what they written here on the university websites, universityadmissions.sc. I don't care what people talking around, like some agency or the firm, what they're talking about. I don't care, so I'm stick on it. So it should be it is clearly stated that the language of instruction for the program was English. Why I'm saying this? Because many people have got admission with a separate paper before. So I cannot just say that, no, it's not, you cannot get admission. It's kind of flexible in the sense that when admission committee actually reviewing your application, so they're human beings, they're like us, so they have the absolute authority to consider an application, consider a separate paper, or consider not considering because of it's not clearly stated in the transcript. So it's up on them. But let me stick on what is written on the website. So no comments from my side, except this one. Yes. So if you have IELTS 6, I don't know. From my side, you don't fulfill the requirement, but I won't either discourage you to apply, because never know. I mean, everything depends on how many applications for a program has been made, how many of them have fulfilled all the requirement, how many seats available, and of course, who is the head of the authority who is taking the decision. So there's a lot of things. So no comments, as I said. Yeah, if we go to next part is the documents, uploading documents and sending documents, blah blah blah. As I mentioned already, master's program, you can always upload recommendation letter, motivation letter, passport, and blah blah blah. But for the university transcripts and mark sheets and the certificates, you need to send them by post. So you have to send them anyway. So if you had any confusion with any document, just send it. And uploading is not a requirement, so you can always send it. But remember that if you upload something, don't send it. If you send something, don't upload it. Then otherwise, your application process will be delayed, as they mentioned. That is the information I know, but I can show you one more time. In the documenting your eligibility for studies tab, we can see that there is step 6, which is saying that submitting my documents. And as we can see that we are so unlucky to be few of the nations like Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Bhutan. We need to send by regular post. And if you go down, as I mentioned, documents that can always be uploaded. You can upload your English test result like IELTS, and the ID document, that is the passport, letter of motivation, recommendation letters, and essay summaries. Yeah, sending document, uploading is not a requirement. You can blah blah blah, and yeah. So yeah, you need to consider this one. But as I mentioned, for the bachelor, you can always upload, no problem at all. Then some people ask about the payment and all the things. This is actually when you have a universityadmissions.sc login page. When you log in there, you will, I think you have already seen it, that you got a lot of message like complete your application please, blah blah blah. Completing means you have to pay the application fee. That's the main thing. And the other thing is that before 1st February you need also to send the documents. So it's not enough that you send the documents just 1 day before 1st February, because it takes time to reach here. So be careful, take your time to send them, at least so that they get them before 1st February, and they can upload it in their system. So actually you will see, so be patient to see in your page that the document that has been reached. So you will find a way to see them. So that is the one thing. And when you are trying to pay the application fee, this is like you just need to log into your page and you can directly pay from there. Like from click on the button and then you pay fee. That's all. It's quite simple, but you need to use a bank card, debit or credit card. If you don't have a card, ask your relatives or friends or whoever. Anyone can pay it. This is also many people ask the same question. Someone can pay for me. Yeah, of course, everyone can pay for you, because whoever paying is not important. The important thing is that it's paying. The payment is made from your account. So when you log in and you pay from your account, this payment is yours. So there is no other way that it can be mixed up or it can be messed up. So when you log in, for example, if you are using your friend's card, then you just log into your account and then you pay with using his card. You are still inside your page in the university admission. So anyone can pay it, no problem. Even if you have relatives or family outside your country, doesn't matter. You need to tell them your university web page login information so that they can log in and they can click the pay button, they can pay by their bank, and then they log out. So this money is going to university admission from your page. So anyway, you are paying it. Okay. For the documents, we have talked a lot about documents. It is some has some confusion, but as I mentioned, you should read the supporting documents like this page, checking for special instruction of my country, like which country you are from. If you go there, if you click on your country, there is a country list, and then you know what they mean by 180 ECTS. That is European Credit Transfer System. So that is a big question that some of you have asked, that I have 163 credits in my bachelor, but the requirement is 180. Doesn't matter, because as long as they're accepting the documents, bachelor degree from your country, it means that your bachelor is corresponding to their 180 credits, because this is only European credit transfer system. It should not supposed to be in your country anyway. So If you have 163, 158, it's the same. I mean, you fulfill the requirement, don't worry. So just apply. But the problem comes when you have some specific requirement, like for example, Stockholm University. They require you to have 15 credit in biology. In that case, you may say that, okay, but I have 12 credit in biology in my bachelor. Yeah, but it's okay because that 15 credit is ECTS. Then you have to do some mathematics, like let's say 15 credit is how much out of 180. So 15 credit is, I think it's 1/12th, isn't it? 15 times 230, yeah, it's 1/12th. So in that case, if you have 160 credit in your bachelor as a whole, then see, do you have 1/12th? What is the 1/12th of 160? That is maybe 11, 12 or something. So do you have that? Yes, then you fulfill the requirement for the 15 credit. So this is I'm talking, this is not, it's not mentioned anywhere actually. I should mention it. It's not mentioned in any website or wherever, but this is just what you can say, it's common sense, you can say. Like if they require me to having 180 ECTS and I have 160, they're accepting it. Then if they want me to having 50%, let's say 90 credit, 90 ECTS is the 50% in business administration, then I should have 80 credit in business administration, half 50%. So that is the way you need to count in future. And if you still have question, send them an email. They are very nice people. They always reply with the answer. Maybe it takes time because they have a lot of queries, but you can trust me for now. You don't have enough time to, yeah. Anyway, that is the one thing. What more? Yeah, motivation letter. Yeah, many people ask for motivation letter, how I write it. This is like, I mean, I'm not saying you are stupid, but this is a stupid question. I mean, motivation is very, very personal, very, very program specific, very, very country specific. So you need to write your own motivation letter. You can Google for some example or sample, but I won't suggest you to copy, paste or do something. The more specific you are in your motivation, the more chance you have, because study in Sweden, they don't take you any interview for study. They don't take you any interview. Even in the visa processing, they don't have any interview. They won't ask you question when they give you any. I mean, yeah, they talk. The people in Migrationsverket or the embassy, they like to talk, but there is no any formal interview. So these motivation letters, these are the interview, these are the things they are asking you and they want you to tell them. So you need to be very specific in this area. For the motivation, actually most of the university provide their own template, so you cannot go out of box, like, yeah, I mean, you need to be specific in replying to their question, so that you cannot just write whatever you like. I mean, yeah. So the Google sample won't help anyway that much. So just reply to their question, and they have some specific number of characters or things, words, so you cannot even write a lot. So this is the things, and the recommendation letters should be the same, and the CV. And also one more thing you should consider is that if they don't ask for this kind of documents, please don't send them, because then you make them annoyed. Just send what they require. Don't send what they don't require. But if they say motivation letter or recommendation letter is not mandatory, but it can help in the process, then you must send it. So it doesn't matter is it mandatory or optional. If they mention that this is optional, you should take the chance, because you have hundreds of competitors, and to prove yourself, these are the things, because you can never meet the admission authority, only your papers. So remember this one. Okay, then when you get your reply, hopefully everyone will get it. I pray for you to get the admission. Yeah. And then you need to prepare yourself for the embassy processing, visa processing to apply for a residence permit. And they have a lot of helps actually as well for the visa processing. The school will provide you all the links and everything where you get the admission with their welcome letters. So some have asked some question about the cost of living and the tuition fees and things like that. But I think most of the question are like, is it possible to earn my tuition fee by part-time job or blah blah blah? Actually, these questions cannot be straightly answered by yes or no. I always got this question. I always I reply differently actually. That is quite strange because I'm confused. I mean, how I can say people to someone that cannot survive here without family support or can survive. I have, I mean, it's personal. But what I can say is that I can give you an idea about the living cost and the tuition fee you already know by the program. That is around, I think, 8,000 to 10,000 euro per year. So, and this is important that when you have to show the bank statement, you need to show the money for the whole period covering your program. For example, you have a master's program for 2 years, then you have to have bank balance for 2 years cost, like it was, I think, 81,000 something, 81,000 Swedish krona per year. In that case, it should be 162,000 Swedish krona you need to show for 2 years. But at the end of 1 year, you need to show one. So if you have a bachelor program for 3 years, it will be 240,300 Swedish krona. Lot of money. But this is the way, I mean, because you are coming for 3 years, so you have money for 3 years. When 1 year gone, you should have money for 2 years. So second year, when you apply for a visa extension, you have to have 162,000. When you are applying for an extension in third year, you should have 81,000. So this is the calculation. So some has this question. That's why I have mentioned it here. Although we still have time to talk about those things later. Okay, what we are talking about, it was the cost, but you never know how much cost. But we always say something. We say that okay, it's 500 euro per month can be okay, but it depends on the city. Are you living in Stockholm? It's quite expensive to live there. An apartment can cost a lot. It depends on your lifestyle, your personality. Do you like to share a room with your friends, or do you want to stay alone? Do you want to stay in an apartment, or do you want to stay in a, I don't know. It's quite different. It's so different that it's hard to guess. But yeah, we say that it's kind of 500 to 800 euro, you can say. That is like usually an apartment in, let's say, in Stockholm or Gothenburg or Malmo. It's even different in different city. Also, it depends on, are you living in the city center or quite far away, or so. I would say that if you are alone and if you don't mind to share your room with someone, and if you are not going to party every weekend, and then it should be something like 500 euro to minimum 5, let us say. Then maybe you pay half of them for accommodation and rest for food, and this is the minimum level. I mean, this is the basic, and then you need, of course, something for having fun or something. I mean, you cannot just live like a robot or something. Yeah. So take it from 500 up to few hundred more. Yeah. And the job, everyone asks for the part-time job. I mean, you are not coming here for work. That is the number one condition to realize what I'm talking about. You are coming to study in an European country like Sweden. It's an expensive country, it's a developed country, the living standard is very high. That means that you should maintain the living standard here as well. So you are coming as a student and you are telling to the university, to the embassy, to the migration board that you have a lot of money to study there. You have your own money, you have everything. So why are you talking about part-time work? Yeah, okay. You can work, for example, in summer you have nothing to do, you can work. Like 2 months, there is completely nothing to do. You can work that 2 months, but you cannot say that I don't have enough money. Can I survive with this blah blah? But if you don't have enough money, you shouldn't come to Sweden. That's that's my point of view, and that's what actually everyone will tell you, because most of the people come here and they don't study, they started to work, and the university asks them that why. I mean, you have money, you showed us bank balance, where that money goes. Yeah, but I know the reality. I know the reality, so let me not be that hard or harsh to you. There is less opportunity for job from my point of view, because when you're talking about part-time work, it's so different opportunity that I cannot just say yes or no. In cities like Stockholm or Gothenburg or Malmo, there's a lot of people. That means lot of restaurants, lot of chain shop, lot of offices, and so on. So of course there's a lot of people working, but it's also depend on the people who are looking for work, because in Sweden, as you know that I mean, Sweden is the number one in world ranking who speak English best as a second language. But still, I mean, if you want to look for a job, you need to know some Swedish language. That is important. So if you go to UK or wherever, you can start working next day. But not here, because they are not speaking English. I mean, yeah, they will speak with English everywhere. You can live in Sweden all your life without speaking a single word in Swedish. That I can promise. But when you are going to a job to talk to your boss or something, then they will expect that you speak Swedish. Yeah, of course they expect you to know English, but Swedish is a priority. So this is quite different. So I won't suggest you to just depend on the job part. I'll get a job, so let me go, let me see. But this is one side of the situation. The other side, if I talk about this, is that I don't find anyone come here and dying for starving, not having job or nothing. So this is the positive side. I mean, when you go somewhere, you manage something anyway. So that is the only hope. But otherwise, if you think about it, then I usually tell people to have their own money for at least 6 months or more, so that they can continue their study and learning some language or knowing people, looking around and get a job in the summer or sometimes. So yeah, now you know. That was all for now, I guess. If you still have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comment below. And as I said, I will post all the links to the necessary websites and videos and everything in the description. And yeah, take care. Bye.